We are on a 3-week road trip through all parts of Norway. We are hiking, we see fjords, beautiful lakes, glaciers, mountains, beaches, the midnight sun, cities.
Kristiansund lies on multiple islands, so the ocean is never far away.
Most nights are spent in our tents.
Here is our tent. We always use the outer layer in case it rains.
We have been using this thing. It's not very heavy.
Ready to cook.
We just love driving, and this has been the perfect vacation for the summer of 2020. On this episode, I heard some kids speaking Sami. I tried to understand them, but it's a whole other language. Okay, northern Norway is turning into my favorite part of the whole country. You might not realize it, but we are now as far east as Ukraine and Turkey.
Yep, the border is closed. Seems about right.
Here is the border with Russia. And the quickest way to get there is through Finland.
Just had a first meeting with a Finnish person.
That's Sweden! In this video, we are enjoying the nature in the northernmost part of Norway. We drive alongside the Finnish border and enter Kirkenes, where we also see the Russian border. Then we enter Finland and return back into Norway. Last night, we were at North Cape, the northernmost point we will possibly ever get, and we found this campsite.
Good morning from Nordkapp.
We're about 30 minutes south of the plateau, but it's still the same island and the same county. And look at the place we found to set up our tents. And it's hot here. I'm guessing somewhere over 20 degrees. Last night at North Cape it was 6 degrees, so it is a big change in temperature. We are much less exposed to the wind here. This is perfect. It's time to get going. I like traveling because I love to see how the landscapes look at certain places. I've never been here before, and it's so exciting to see what it looks like. We enter Karasjok. And when I think about Karasjok, I think about the indigenous people here, the Sami people. We went to see Sametinget, their own parliament here in Karasjok. The Sami people speak Sami. I'm also pretty interested in languages, and reading and hearing a language in Norway that I don't understand, yet that is part of Norway, was super interesting. I heard some kids speaking Sami. I tried to understand them, but it's a whole other language. From this point, we are following the Finnish border. The river Tana makes up the border.
I can see Finland. It's right across the water.
We want to take a closer look at this river.
Tana River.
There are so many flies here. I wonder why. Maybe it's because the summers here are so short. The flies just need to do their business before the fall comes. But no, I don't know why. We wanted to get some clean water from the river.
As long as the water is streaming, it's fine to drink.
But yeah, I don't know how clean it was with all the flies. Okay, northern Norway is turning into my favorite part of the whole country. It's far away from where we live, the people speak another language, the nature is just amazing, and I'm enjoying the midnight sun. We're having a great summer here. We are stopping to let it soak in. Is it just me, or is this view reminding us of the African savanna? We enter Kirkenes, and this town lies far east. You might not realize it, but we are now as far east as Ukraine and Turkey. Wow, they even have text written in Russian here. That is fascinating. We are at Norway's end.
We are in Kirkenes.
But we're not done driving just yet.
This is the Russian border.
Yep, the border is closed. Seems about right.
I think normally it is open, but it's closed due to COVID.
We've made it through all of Norway, and here Norway officially comes to an end. And here is the border with Russia. That's Russia right there. You see that mountain in the background? That's Russia. Today, we've seen Finland and Russia.
Tonight we treat ourselves with a stay at a hotel.
Good morning. Now we have made it through large parts of Norway. We've made it all the way to Kirkenes and we saw the Russian border. Now the plan is to see Norway's west coast, and the quickest way to get there is through Finland.
Well, that is convenient, and I've never even been to Finland before. We can enter Finland and return back into Norway without having to be quarantined. But we're not going to be around people that much in Finland. I'm so excited to see a new country. And we enter Finland. We enter Finnish region Lappi, and this is the largest and northernmost region in Finland. It is part of the larger Lapland, or Sami, that lies in northern Scandinavia, stretching over 4 countries: Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia, inhabited by the indigenous people, the Sami people. Normally, I don't quite see a big difference in the landscape when I cross country borders, but this time I think the landscape actually changed. Here, there is more forest than in Kirkenes, and the forests are denser. This is probably because we are further away from the sea. Also, there are many more lakes here.
There are lakes everywhere. There are lakes everywhere here.
Finland is known to have many lakes, and I can see that that is true.
Behind me you can see Inari, one of northern Finland's largest lakes. Well, this is just a small part of it.
Actually, this is the biggest lake in northern Finland and one of the biggest of the whole country. It is so much fun trying to read Finnish. It is so different from Norwegian. While I'm here, I want to try and pronounce some of the words.
Ravintola, Inari, vesi-ilma, motorikelkala, ajo salitu. Just had a first meeting with a Finnish person. She started speaking Finnish to us and we didn't understand, so we just said English please. And she couldn't speak English, so I said svensk means Swedish. Yeah, she could speak Swedish, so we could still talk together. That's a lot of fun.
Yesterday night we had Chinese food at a restaurant and we are reheating the leftovers.
Hot Chinese leftovers in northern Finland.
Not bad. This is a great day because
we're in Finland.
From this point, we are actually driving along the Swedish border. We cannot enter Sweden because when we're turning back into Norway, we would have to be in quarantine. But we can still get a closer look of Sweden.
And we're about to see another country. You see that land over there? That's Sweden. We've been following the border for a while now, and that's Sweden. Another country.
So within 24 hours, we have seen 4 countries. Norway, Russia, Finland, and now also Sweden. Another thing I notice about Finland is that there are much less mountains here than in Norway. But as we get closer and closer to the Norwegian border again, more and more mountains appear. And we are back in Norway. This was a pretty exciting border crossing. Normally, crossing borders is super easy at many places in Europe. You just cross them. But this border crossing was something else. Because of COVID, we were stopped twice by Norwegian border guards. They asked us some questions about where we were headed, where we came from, what we brought with us, and we have to show our identification. But it was fine, they let us back in. Today we drove for 8.5 hours, excluding breaks. Tonight we stay at a camping. Here are the coordinates.
So you've probably seen what we have been eating, and the first thing I get is a frying pan. Matches. We're at the Arctic Circle. Well, that's the most beautiful circle I've ever seen.